Hey everyone, today we're going to go over our friend, Ella Fitzgerald. She's awesome. So a little bit about her. She was born April 25th, 1917, passed away June 15th, 1996. She lived a long time. So, our friend Ella, her full name, let's start there. So her full name was Ella Jane Fitzgerald, and she was born in Newport News, Virginia, again, April 25th, 1917. Her parents separated shortly after her birth. A few years later, her mother moved in with her longtime boyfriend and in 1923 had a half-sister named Frances. In 1932, her mother passed away due to serious injuries from a car accident. So after staying with her stepfather for a short time, her Aunt Virginia ended up taking custody of her. And shortly afterwards, her stepfather passed away as well from a heart attack, and her younger sister, Frances, ended up joining her, living with her Aunt Virginia. Ella struggled greatly with the loss of her mother and stepfather. She skipped school. Her grades dropped dramatically, and after she got into trouble with authorities, she was taken into custody and sent to a reform school where her caretakers ended up abusing her. At 15, she escaped this reform school and found herself completely broke and completely alone during the Great Depression era. She went through a hard life. In 1934, Ella's name was pulled in a weekly drawing at the Apollo, and she won an opportunity to compete in amateur night. Ella went to the theater that night planning to dance, but when frenzied Edwards sisters closed the main show, Ella changed her mind. So Ella decided to sing instead last minute. She asked the band to play a song called Judy, which was a song that she knew well because it was among her mother's favorites. She said, quote, "Once up there, I felt the acceptance and love from my audience. I knew I wanted to sing before people the rest of my life." In the band that night was a saxophonist and arranger named Benny Carter. He introduced her to many different people who could help her launch her career. And in January of 1935, she won the chance to perform for a week with the Tiny Bradshaw Band at the Harlem Opera House. She met a drummer and a band leader named Chick Webb, who hired her to tour with his band for $12.50 a week. So think about that. The money was very different back then. $12.50 a week would get you a whole lot more than $12.50 a week would get you today. In 1938, at the age of 21, Ella recorded a song called A Tisket, a Tasket, and the album sold 1 million copies, hit #1, and stayed on the pop charts for 17 weeks. It made her famous. So the song we're going to listen to and learn about today is called A Tisket, a Tasket. So this song is a nursery rhyme first recorded in America in the late 19th century. It was used as the basis for a very successful and highly regarded 1938 recording by our very own Ella Fitzgerald, composed by her and a guy named Al Feldman. Ella Fitzgerald and Al Feldman extended and added the rhyme into a jazz piece that was her breakthrough hit with the Chick Webb Orchestra in 1938, and it has since become a jazz standard. And a jazz standard just means that it's one of the very popular classic jazz tunes that people pick when they go to choose something from jazz. It's kind of like going with the top, whatever number you want to choose, top number of songs that are for each style of music. The lyrics change the color of the basket in the song to brown and yellow. In Ella's version, a little girl picks up the note and then takes the basket after it is carelessly left on the ground. And a follow-up song written by her and Webb, entitled I Found My Yellow Basket in 1938, was less successful. So let's take a listen, and you might actually recognize the tune when you hear her sing it. Just kind of pay attention to the details in the video and what happens in the video as she's singing. So let's watch.
a tasket, a brown and yellow basket. I send a letter to my mummy. On the way I dropped it, I dropped it, I dropped it. Yes, on the way I dropped it. A little girlie picked it up and put it in her pocket. She was trucking on down the avenue with not a single thing to do. She went a pecking all around. When she spied it on the ground, she took it, my little yellow basket. And if she doesn't bring it back, I think that I will die. Oh, gee, I wonder where my basket can be.
Sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away.
Oh, dear, I wish that little girl I could see.
Sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away, sail away.
Oh, why was I so careless with that basket of mine? That itty bitty basket was the joy of mine. Basket. I lost my yellow basket. Won't someone help me find my basket and make me happy again?
Was it red?
No, 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 no.
Was it green?
No, 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 no.
Was it cerise?
No, no, just a little yellow basket. A little yellow basket.
Alrighty, so this was actually part of a film as well. But anyway, um, I wonder if you noticed a couple things in the video. One of them was scatting. We probably haven't talked about this, but when you hear the guys singing that's scatting. It's where they use kind of syllables instead of words that are able to kind of make a melody instead of using like their own words. And it's kind of fun. So scatting is one of the popular things that is done in jazz. You'll get to kind of hear that a little more as we get more into jazz too. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening to this video and listening to the song. I wonder if you recognized it. Oh, one other thing, really quickly, before we go, is did you notice that she was in the back of the bus a majority of the time? She kind of walked up and down the aisles, but when she sat down, she was sitting in the back of the bus. So I don't know if you have been familiar with the civil rights movements and all that stuff, but back in that time frame, it was still in the time where people who were not white had to sit in the back of the bus. So she ended up being like kind of using that as an example, even in the video, not on purpose, but just part of the whole time of their era they lived in. Anywho, so thanks for listening, and I will see you all next time.